All right. Welcome back, watch fans. We have a special episode for you today. We're doing two collection reviews. We're going to be showing, what are we showing today? We're showing two very interesting collections, both from Instagram. We're doing these kind of collection reviews, best of Instagram, if you will. A lot of these punters, collectors on Instagram showing their watches, and there's a lot to learn from this, right? You get to see interesting stuff. You get to see what makes sense, what are mistakes that you can avoid, things like that. And we're showing today two collections. We're showing the collection of this guy, Watch Doc, and Watch Baron. Now, this guy's not officially a Baron on this channel, but this guy's a Baron. So we're showing Rolex, AP, Vacheron, and the Watch Baron has an incredible collection of AP Royal Oak, so we're going to get into that. So let's start off with, I'll pop out of here. We'll make this a little bit smaller here. Okay, and we'll start off with this guy here. So again, this is Watch Doc alternate, whatever that means. So this is what he's got, right? So this is interesting. Now, we're seeing it right away. The first glance. What's the takeaway? It's all metal sports watches. Again, you got one on a strap, but that's basically a sport watch. So I'll go through this one real quick. Yeah, he's got some interesting watches, mostly hype watches. Yeah, you got the Vacheron Overseas, which is actually a pretty nice watch. My preference is for the dual time, the Vacheron Overseas dual time, using this movement. That's the JLC movement, same exact movement, although this watch has a little bit more functionality. And that watch, actually, the Vacheron Overseas dual time, I think is, again, I don't know why these dual time watches are not more popular when, the Rolex GMT is like, the hottest watch, the GMT master, everybody's all into it. It's, again, if you actually do need to know that, the time in two different time zones, I find it makes a lot more sense to have two dials on your watch than to have, that, military time, whatever you want to call it, GMT time. And guys, I'm going to put out an invite in case anybody wants to jump on the panel. Let me pop in here. Okay. But yeah, I think that watch is criminally underappreciated. And actually, I'm going to be showing you another watch today, which is this guy here, which is going to be available on the Watch Reporter Marketplace. That is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak dual time. Sorry about the camera. We're going to show you a better video of this, but solid gold, again, dual time watch, incredible condition and incredible value. The best AP solid gold Royal Oak you can get for not even under 50 grand, but under 40 grand, substantially under. So we're going to go through that in just a second. But I'll tell you what the first watch I actually like, right? And again, you just eyeball this, and right away, what is the first watch that pops out to you? Again, it's got the usual suspects. It's the usual suspects, right? All the hype watches, right? Interestingly enough, one of the best watches, actually, there's two watches that I think are great value is, I don't want to say the Ming, because I don't have any price prediction or anywhere on the Ming, but the Ming is a great value for a couple of grand. I mean, for a couple of grand. The lume on this watch is incredible, right? And it is taken, it's not a goofy watch. It is taken seriously, right, by collectors. So the Ming is, I mean, you can basically get, if you're on a budget, I wouldn't recommend it as a first watch. I mean, again, if you're on a budget, I'd stick with the basics. You get like a Rolex, you get like the Rolex, and again, you get a vintage Rolex. If you have a budget of $5 grand, you get a vintage Rolex, Datejust or a Turnograph, and then you can get one of these Mings. Or actually, maybe you don't even need two watches, but this is a great watch. This is a great watch. Now, the other watch here that's really, I think, an incredible value today is the Daytona, the white gold blue dial. This is criminally, I think, undervalued right now compared to, again, only compared to everything else out there. That's the only, that's kind of my only. Let me get a better shot. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he's giving us everybody's doing this shot with a hand in the pocket, the hand in your pants pocket, and you got the watch. But this watch is it's under 38 grand right now. I think it's a great value, beautiful blue dial, and you got little hints of red. Just kind of like the Turnograph, right? They had a little bit of red in there. And again, you got the white gold bezel, right? The bezel, the white gold bezel, which looks amazing, much better than the ceramic, which looks like, the ceramic looks cheap. I'm telling you guys right now, that ceramic, this is pure garbage. The ceramic bezel is total trash. This is going to look horrible in a couple of years. It's just going to look dated. It's going to look like, it's going to look like a Commodore 64 computer. Okay, maybe even not. Maybe a VIC 28. That's what it's going to be. All right. You want to stick with the basics. You want to stick with a nice, clean design. This has been the design for 50 plus years. It looks great. Don't change it. Don't change it to that garbage ceramic. Now I'm going to go through this collection real quick because I'll tell you what bothers me. He's got like 5 chronographs here. This is like criminal, right? How many Daytonas do you need? So this is the problem with this collection. I'm going to give you kind of the the good and the bad. He's got like he's got a couple of nice watches. But there's a couple of major mistakes. Number one is you got to go best of breed. If you're going to get a sports chronograph, you stick with the Daytona. Stick with the Rolex Daytona. That's it. It does not get better than that. It really doesn't, okay? That's the best movement. It's the watch everybody... That's when people think of a chronograph. That's it. It's the Daytona. It does not get any better. This guy Ming is a shitter. Yeah, okay. Look, it's. I think. Look, if you wanna, I think it's important that people, you want to participate in your own era, right? In your own time zone, right? Like we're living in 2024. The Ming is a modern watch. It's got everything. That's the watch of our time. Okay, it is. The Rolex, it's a dated look. Frankly, it is. The Rolex, let's face it, it's a classic look. It's very nice, but it's not the new thing, right? You do want to, you want to have something that, you could look back 30 years from now, whatever, and say, hey, I wore this when that was, you want to participate in your time, right? You don't want to be some like, antique type of guy, right? It's fine. I love vintage watches. But I'm a believer, in innovation, and you gotta go with what is, with technology, right? So here's the problem. I'm going to give you 3 problems with this collection, right? First of all, it's all, again, if this guy broke all the rules of our, 10 commandments of watch collecting, our video is up there. It's all the same stuff, right? It's all sports watches, basically. Okay, he's got this, I don't know, Corona or something. Corona. I don't understand the Corona stuff. It's like this, I guess, like a high-end Seiko, which is, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's not my thing. But, but he's basically breaking the rules. It's all the same stuff, right? There's no vintage. There's no real serious complication. He doesn't have a perpetual calendar. It's all the same shitters, right? Not shitters. They're nice watches. They're all by themselves. They're all great watches. And they're all too many of the same ones. It's all the same thing, right? How many Daytonas do you need? He's got this, is that an Oyster Flex? He's got an Oyster or a strap? I don't know. It's a meteorite, but it's such an ugly meteorite. The Roman numerals on a meteorite, it's too much. It's ugly. Seriously, this is a horrible watch. I would just smash that with a hammer. If you're going to go with meteorite, you got to have like diamond markers on Rolex, not this Romans, which is sloppy design. If I was this guy, I'd give you the simple thing. Keep this. This is an absolute classic, amazing watch. Really, this is the best of Rolex Daytonas. This is the king, white gold blue dial. Get rid of the APs. You don't need to have the AP chronographs are garbage. And the other problem is, they have some problems, right? Mechanical problems. Now, why does this guy have 3 of them? He's got 3, literally. He's got 3. Maybe this, okay, maybe is the photo. 2, so it's 2. I think there's 3. I think he's got 2 or 3. I don't know. Could be 2 or 3. And he's got like 3 Daytonas. Why? Because he's boring. And he could have an amazing collection, right? He just dumped some of the stuff. He's going to have a couple $100,000 freed up. Get yourself a Patek Nautilus perpetual or whatever. Get a Royal Oak perpetual calendar, right? Get a Royal Oak perpetual calendar and get rid of these chronographs. I mean, trade in the garbage chronographs. You'll have an AP Royal Oak. Now, or Vacheron perpetual if you can deal with that the month thing, having the leap year, all 4 jumbled up at the top. I don't like that, but the Vacheron is an amazing watch because it's so practical. Look, you can wear it on the bracelet, right? You can wear it on the it comes with a strap, the rubber strap, which is, look how great that looks, right? Amazing. Get that in rose gold. Fantastic, right? Multicolored straps. I mean, you get a lot of bang for the buck with the Vacheron. You really do. You really, really do. I'd keep the mink. I mean, that could be your whatever beater watch, whatever. Okay. Anyway, that's it. I'm done with this collection. Let's go to the next one. We got the heavy hitters here. Let's get away from the basic stuff. We have here the collection of the Watch Baron. The Watch Baron. Now, this guy is not officially a baron as defined on the Watch Reporter website, meaning he's not a member of the channel with a premium subscription. He's not. He's just a peasant in Dubai somewhere. But he's got some interesting watches, which we're going to review in just a second. Now, guys, before we get any further, you gotta make sure that you're a subscriber to our free weekly newsletter. That's right. Our weekly newsletter covers the latest in Rolex, AP, Patek Philippe, even Richard Mille, even Corm, even Piaget. I mean, all the collectible hot watches, modern, vintage prices, news, reviews, free in your inbox. Click the link in the video description below. And by the way, we're not. Somebody was saying, "Oh, this is a spam." Oh, we're not selling your data. Okay, we're not selling your data. The list is used to send you this newsletter. And you know what? I'm going to be very transparent with you. Believe it or not, this is actually a business. Yes, or this is phase 2 of the Watch Reporter. Is the Watch Reporter marketplace opening up, where we're going to be offering a curated selection of great deals on vintage and neo vintage watches, maybe some modern watches, which really fit our criteria for great price. Okay, meaning you got to get the price where you're gonna at least not lose money or make money, right? At least you'll make some money. So it's got to be a vintage watch which has been depreciated and now it's all blue sky potential, and unique rare watches. For example, again, I'm not here to hype this guy, but this is gonna be one of the watches that's going to be featured on the Watch Reporter marketplace. Look at this unbelievably tight bracelet. As you can see, this is a early 2004 Royal Oak dual time. Very rare. You're never going to find one of these in yellow gold for under 50 grand. And we're going to be offering this for 38 grand. When is that going to be? In about 2 weeks, we're going to go live with the marketplace. But if you're interested in the watch, you can DM me to reserve or whatever, right? Okay, that is yes. So that is one of the reasons why. You busted me. That's why we have this email list, because we give you the news, we give you content, and then we offer you merchandise for sale, right? This is it's called capitalism. It's called business, and we're not in the news business like some channels. We're in the making money business. Here we go. So we got this guy's collection. Heavy in the Royal Oak, heavy in the hype watches. Let's take a look. Again, one of the new perpetual calendars, and this is this the titanium? Yeah, titanium, ultra thin. So this is, again, modern contemporary watch, titanium, obviously, the modern metal, ultra thin perpetual calendar. So this is, I'm curious to what this actually feels like on the wrist, because the problem, does get to be heavy, especially in those bigger sizes. But again, you get a very, it's very practical when you think about it, right? You have this, it's the fonts are very legible, very legible. Decent size. I mean, it's looks great. I mean, I would have maybe. I do love that tapisserie, the beautiful tapisserie. But hey, sometimes you got to change things up. We got the what is it? The Tuscan dial, which is actually quite interesting. A bad picture. Sorry. Again, this guy's pictures are actually not good. They're kind of boring, basic. He does have some interesting watches, including now the Star Wheel, the code 1159. I think they're going in an interesting direction. AP Royal Oak is going in an interesting direction, but it's not there yet. Excuse me, not the Royal Oak, the code 1159. They're going in the right direction. I think they'll be there in a couple of years. I mean, they're kind of iterating and iterating. It's evolving, right? It's an evolution. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a gimmick, the Star Wheel stuff. I've always found it to be a little bit goofy. I don't know. I don't get the point of the watch. It is kind of a hyped up watch now. For some reason, everybody likes this watch. I don't know why. But the code 1159 is absolute. Right now, for now, it's just, you might as well light your money on fire. And I mean, again, AP is trying to scam people into, it's the journey. If you want a Royal Oak, you got to start off with a code. That's what they try to do. They try to load you up. They try to load you up with a couple of these code 1159s that nobody wants, and then maybe they'll offer you a whatever. Don't be a sucker. Don't fall for that. Really, don't be a sucker. Don't fall for those games. Here's the thing, guys. This is amazing watches that you can get. Vintage, neo-vintage, great value, and you don't have to deal. You don't have to kiss anybody's ass, right? You don't have to, because again, all these. But it's interesting. All these collectors on these live streams, they're all ass kissers. They're all brown nosers. Oh, my AD. Oh, my AD. Oh, I talked to my AD. Oh, they're all like kissing up to their. It's all this drama about my relationship with the AD. This AD, that AD. Guys, just be a grown man. Don't deal with that bullshit. Okay, if you're paying money for a watch, if you're writing a check for 10 grand, you're the king, not the salesman. Okay, you're the king, not the salesman. I mean, don't deal with that bullshit. Again, not to toot my own horn, but I mean, why deal with bullshit where you can just get something great, which is, I'll show you this in a sec. Again, this is look at the marketing we're doing here, right? The marketing on this channel. You can get this AP Royal. I'm going to show you the video. You can get this, right, for a better price, and you're going to make money with this watch, right? This watch you can actually make money with. Whereas you buy a new Royal Oak, actually not a code 1159, you're going to be upside down. You're going to lose money, right? By the time you get the Royal Oak, what are you going to be out? I don't know, 100 grand. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is an absolute joke. Anyway, look, the bottom line is you do not need to suck up to any of these low-life degenerate salesmen, these grifter salesmen who are all on the take. By the way, every one of these salesmen at an AP boutique is on the take. They're all getting gifts, cash under the table, sexual favors, whatever, right? Who's doing it? It's these guys like on these simp channels. It's those what is it those watch colony, whatever they call themselves, the watch colony, the Tim Wrights, the Archie people, all those simp channels. They're all sucking up to these ADs. They're all being suckers when you can get vintage and neo-vintage watches that actually increase in value. That's right. I mean, imagine this. You buy this JLC dual time for, $9 grand. This is a watch that I own, right? $9 grand. And you're in the money. You could sell this anytime. Buy a full box set, right? Full set. You get something like this, right? Nobody else has this, okay? The thing with this, You're never going to see another collector with a Royal Oak dual time in solid yellow gold. You'll never, guaranteed. Okay. Whereas, if you're around, heavy hitters are all going to have the same watch, the open work, platinum, whatever. By the way, it is interesting. I mean, these are cool watches. Okay, he's in the boutique, right? He's got the coffee. They give him the coffee with a little sugar cube thing. This one, this one is kind of boring. What is it? The flying tour. This tourbillon. You know what? This is not the one to get. If you're going to get a flying tourbillon, he's got an amazing one. Let me show you this. This guy has. This is the one to get. You want to have that. What do they call this? I'm going to call it the opera. The opera. Because if you go to the Metropolitan Opera House in New York, it's got this like shoe horn. You got the stage and the seats kind of go around in a horseshoe type of thing. That's what you're getting here. I mean, it's beautiful, and it puts the focus. It puts the focus on the. tourbillon. Now this one is actually boring. This is in ceramic. I find it kind of boring. But here we go. What is it? Here we go. How many does he have? I don't know. He's got a lot. Oh shit! This is the road. Oh no. No, you got to have the horseshoe. You got to have You got to have the beautiful tapisserie. Here we go. Okay, this is it. Is this platinum? Is this platinum? I think it's platinum, right? Now, I don't know if he owns it because it looks like he's in the boutique. I don't know if he owns it. He's just looking. Who knows? Again, you got kind of the basic, whatever. Your basic Nautilus, and rose gold. Okay. There we go. You got the travel time in rose gold, in the Nautilus, right? So this watch is about almost 200 grand, right? This watch is almost 200 grand, right? Whereas, right, it's the Nautilus. Whereas you can get this watch, right? Same thing, right? It's the dual time. Actually, this is better. Why is this better? I'll tell you why it's better. Because you have two subdials. You got two subdials instead of the cheap. You got two subdials instead of the cheap thing that Patek does, which is where they try to have that ghost hand that gives you the second. No, here you got two times. This watch, solid yellow gold, under 38,000. By the way, this is 36 millimeter, which is the classic size. I have a Royal Oak that the owl, the day-date moon phase I have. That's that same size, so it fits amazing, right? It's a great look. And you will not find anybody. And again, so would you pay 200 grand for this, or excuse me, 200 grand for this, right? What would you do? Would you pay 200 grand for this, or 38 grand for this, right? Look at that beautiful tapisserie, silver tapisserie. Again, I'm not trying to plug the watch, but I mean, I am obviously I am actually trying to plug the watch. It is for sale, but or it will be for sale, I should say, in about 2 weeks. But I think it's a much better design than the Royal Oak. I've said this before, actually, than the Nautilus. I've said this before. We got Baron Red, Baron Welcome. We got Baron Neo. That's our Neo. Actually, no, he's not a Baron. He's a what is he? Just a dude, right? Peace and Humanity. By Top. Okay. 204. What's the math? Is that $50 a day? I don't know. Is that $50 a day? Yeah. So I don't know. Look, there you go. There's a lot of things you can do with 200 grand. Again, the Royal Oak is a far better design than the Nautilus. It's a timeless design. The Nautilus is, it's one of those 70s designs, those Genta designs. He had a hit and miss track record, right? He had some dogs. It's the Nautilus is it's interesting, but it's not. In other words, the Royal Oak is a 10. The Nautilus is like a soft 7. or a soft 6. That's what that is. That's the reality. And again, I would love to own a Nautilus, but a vintage one. I would not buy modern Nautilus because the design is very dated. It really is, guys. When you realize that, you'll be very, very disappointed. Okay, now, what is this garbage? I don't know. It's a dive. I don't know, an offshore dive watch, whatever. Okay, here we go. He's got, again. What's the problem? What's the problem with this collection? Right, I'll tell you right now. It's all the same stuff, right? We're seeing a lot of redundancy. This is my issue with it. He's got some amazing watches, right? There's some amazing watches, but it's become super redundant. You got to spread out. I mean, it's all Royal Oak. It's all modern Royal Oak. It's all maybe some modern Nautilus or codes. I guess he's got to buy the codes to be in the good graces of AP. But this is absolute garbage, pure trash. This chronograph. I'd rather just get a Zenith, okay, or a Daytona. You get a Daytona in steel, whatever, white gold. Again, another tourbillon, but in ceramic. Now, I don't know if he owns all the watch. I think he owns most of them. I think he does own most of them. Could be some he's just putting on. Black. The ceramic, I think it's gonna be a dated look in a couple of years. But 30 years from now, these might be, if people are still into watches. I don't know. It's gonna have a dated look. So, what is this? Is this the mint blue? Oh yeah. This is the one to get. Terrible picture. Now he doesn't own it. He's just showing me. Okay, but I love this watch. Steel with an ice blue dial. This is an amazing watch. Why doesn't he have it? I don't know. Yeah, he should be getting. This guy should be getting a. He definitely should be getting volume discount. Right. So let's see. Okay, this is showing this. Okay, so let me give you kind of the wrap up. We'll go through the collection real quick, and then we'll give the summation here. Hang on, I just should also run this. What are we rating the collection on? So we are rating the collection on quality. Photo creativity does count. Upside potential, watch choices, right? Okay, so this, I think he's wearing this on the wrist. It's not his watch. I think he's showing. But this is the horrible Black Panther. Which, by the way, failed to sell at the Sotheby's auction. That's right, it passed. What's the other comic book watch they did? They did two. They did this guy and they did another one. They're both horrible. I mean, a grown man. Imagine this. You're a grown man. You're going to wear this watch? I mean, really. You got to be some sort of like, I mean, that's a simp watch. That's what it is. It's for basically simps. It's for guys who are, watching those, what's that thing? OnlyFans or Twitch, with those girls who play video games and you got these simps, giving them tips like they do for the, those the Archie channel and the Tim Wright Spider-Man. Absolute garbage. Absolute trash. Absolute horrible garbage and trash. Yeah, I mean, it's for losers, that watch, right? Okay, this is interesting, right? You got some salmon dials, right? These I don't know. These white gold, are they titanium? I don't know, but interesting, right? So again, very basic 5712 in steel. Whatever. I guess this guy. Oh, this picture is from like 3 or 4 years ago. This guy probably had the watch for like 8 years or whatever, Let's see. Okay, we're seeing all this. It's you guys get the message, right? It's the same. Okay, no, this is not his. I think this is his, right? This is the AP, the code perpetual calendar with the aventurine dial, which highly overrated. This watch is going to go down the tubes. The aventurine dial is hard to read, right? It's too busy, and if I want a perpetual calendar from AP, you got to go with best of breed, and that is the Royal Oak, right? The Royal Oak does beautiful perpetual calendars. Why would you want to have this Coda 1159? It's like, it's redundant, right? At least he's got some DuPont lighters. That's a plus. Oh, he's got the lacquered one. Okay. But yeah, look, it's all basically just flexing basic bitch stuff, right? I mean, this is like rich man. It's like basic rich guy stuff. It's not like, okay, so this is interesting. Is this his? I don't know if it's his. We don't know, because if he's not showing it too much, I'm assuming he doesn't own it. Maybe he's just trying it on. This is actually kind of cool, right? The emeralds on the Nautilus in is this steel or gold? I think it's steel, right? I think it is steel. Let's see. You got the John Mayer. Okay, again, this is like 4 years ago. Yeah, the basic hype stuff, whatever, right? He's got a Ulysse Nardin Freak, which is again total garbage. Sorry, Ulysse. I mean, it's innovative. I get it, but it's you're gonna lose money. You're gonna lose money. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's from Dubai. So what is the deal? Now, again, shit. Look at this. He's got the most basic code. Now, he bought this, was it 4 years ago? Said a few, yeah, right. See, he got this guy. Okay, so he got pressured into buying this garbage, right? This code, the early codes, which are horrible, right? They're getting a little bit better. They're evolving, right? But this is absolute garbage. The basic dial, total trash. He got pressured into it because they're not going to sell you the other stuff unless you buy the code, right? Now notice you haven't seen this watch anywhere else, right? You haven't seen this. This is from 5 years ago. You haven't seen it show up again. He dumped that watch probably the next day because it's such a disaster. The Tourbillon. Now, I think, was this supposed to be a woman's watch? No, it's not his. This is somebody else, right? So I guess one of his friends or something. This is technically, I think, a woman's watch. No, beautiful design. It's by that lady, whatever her name is. I don't know. I mean, this is innovation, right? This is what you come to AP for, right? This is what they're good at. They're good at doing this type of innovation. I mean, they're careful about it, right? They're not doing too much. Again, another piece of garbage. Oh, that's the same garbage, right? What a disaster! I mean, this watch is. He's got another one. He's got too many of these codes. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. But he's got this platinum and sapphire. Now this is stunning, right? So here is how I would wrap this up, right? So this collection here, basically. This guy's, again, we got two collections. The reason we're doing this video is you can see, avoid these mistakes. Do not do this, right? You're seeing things that you could be avoiding, which is having a redundant collection of all the same brands. It's all very heavily concentrated by lookalike. Like, these guys have no imagination. Both of these guys have like zero imagination. How do you know they have zero imagination? Because they keep buying the same watch. They keep buying the same, chronograph, the same, Daytona, or the same, Royal Oak, just slightly different iterations, and you end up with a boring collection. If you look at it all together, it all like blends. It all looks the same. It's all the same color. One guy has all white metal. This guy has, he's got a couple of, I guess, ceramics or whatever. We got the Baron Perry, yes. The newsletter. Yeah, actually, you mean this week's? Yeah, we're talking about Quorum. We got an article. Actually, no, Quorum is coming up. We got stuff about, what do we have last issue? Was about it was about dual time watches. The value in I'm a fan of dual time watches. I got like two. No, I have two I own, right? The Royal Oak here, that doesn't count because that is technically, I don't own that. So what are the rules this guy's breaking? Number one is all the same brand, all the same stuff. You're not buying the best of breed stuff. When you buy an AP Royal Oak chronograph, That's a redundant watch. I mean, not redundant. It's. Oh yeah, look at this. He's got. Oh, okay. There you go. This guy's got his monogram on the sleeve. Now that is a faux pas. Do not put your monogram on your sleeve. That's like what? You don't know your own name? Like anybody who puts the monogram on their sleeve is basically a loser. If you're gonna put a monogram on a shirt, you put it like in a discreet place. You don't put it like right over here, like on your chest. Yeah, I put it at the bottom somewhere. Yeah, it's very tacky, very tacky. I mean, this guy's a tacky guy. I mean, he's got actually listen, he's got some great watches, right? But it's kind of like the basic bitch stuff. I mean, but guys who fly private, right? It's basic bitch private, right? Stuff, right? Not the guy who's flying first class or business class. It's kind of like when you're flying private and you don't even own the plane, you probably is chartering. He's probably chartering, and this is what you end up with. By the way, I actually do like the Royal Oak on the strap with white in the white, silvery white dial, rose gold, silvery white dial on a strap, or yellow gold on a strap. It looks good. The problem is they flare out. And I can't wear it. I mean, the watch, they claim it's 39 millimeters, but it flares out like a 50 millimeter. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, this is crazy. He's got some interesting concept. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Seriously, I've never seen this before. I don't follow the concept line. I guess it's kind of like their Richard Mille, right? I mean, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. But this is. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see what they're doing with concept, because a lot of that stuff is going to trickle down to some of the other watches. Ceramic GMT. This is an interesting watch. So he's got some interesting watches. I don't know if he owns this. I don't know if he owns this watch or he's showing it. But let's see. He's got some concept watches. Okay, we saw this. Rose gold, blue dial. Again, terrible photo. It's all bleached out. You got to do these in, better lighting. This is a great watch. Rose gold with the blue dial, great. This is the Audemars Piguet, the Millenary, pure garbage. À la poubelle. À la poubelle. Okay, I think he's buying these. The guy doesn't know what to do. He's got no imagination. He goes into the AP boutique, right? And he got one of these tomato cans that, they try to pressure him into buying stuff. And they sell him the garbage that nobody else buys, right? Yeah, you put monograms on towels. That's true, actually. Yeah, I guess if they're going to sleepaway camp, yeah, because the laundry, yeah. I mean, monogram on the sleeve is for peasants. That's for like peasants, basically. What, you don't know your own name? Really? Ridiculous. Hang on a second. Okay, now let's look at here. He's got the the annual calendar. Okay, basic watch. I mean, this is kind of a peasant watch, right? It's an annual calendar. You don't have a perpetual Patek. I mean, this guy doesn't have a perpetual. This is like that tomato can JJ. The guy with the baseball cap, JJ. He's got one of these, I think, right? Again, this is like a tomato can watch. What's good about it is the dolphin hands. I mean, the overall design is actually not bad, but the problem is those windows, the windows. Like, the window. Now, you want to have sub-dials, 3940 or the 5740. This guy, I'm surprised he doesn't have a Patek Nautilus Perpetual. That's what he should have. I mean, he's got a lot of redundant garbage, and you can only wear one watch at a time, right? So what are you doing? What are you doing here? And by the way, here's my problem with the watches. Here's the real problem I have with this. Here's the real problem I have. My real problem is hey, boys. Hey, Castle. Hey, Paul. Hey, Perry. Where's Kaslowitz? Where is Kaslowitz to jump on, right? Dolphin, not dolphin. But for you, it's dolphin. Yeah. Anyway, look. Here's my issue with the collection, right? At this point in time, today, the problem I have is these are all, it's pretty much dead money. Okay, it's dead money. Everything here it's like the air coming out of the hot air balloon. It's slowly leaking. It's like a tire with a leak. Okay, it's like it's like the wheels on my Bentley. I got to get them replaced because there's corrosion. They're chrome wheels. It's 2006, and what's happening is the chrome apparently develops corrosion, right? And you got to get repair the thing. The air leaks out because there's corrosion around the bead, whatever they explain to me, right? I got to get new wheels. Of course, it got to be OEM. I think it's 21-inch, whatever it is. Anyway, Mulliner. It's got to be the Mulliner. But no more chrome. I don't even like chrome, but that's what they came with. So that's what this is. This is a collection where it's got the chrome Bentley wheels, and the air is leaking out because of the corrosion. That's what this collection is, right? And this guy's a Bentley. I think he's got the SUV. He's got the what is it? What do they call it? The Bentayga. The Bentayga. And the air is leaking out. So here's my thing with this collection, right? Now, so we rate the collections on, what do we rate the collections on? The overall quality, right? The overall quality, meaning, do you have a mix of different watches? Do you have, AP? Do you have Patek? Do you have best of breed? Best of breed. You got to have best of breed. The photo creativity, but his photo creativity is like I give it a C, meaning it's not horrible, but it's not good. Actually, some of the photos are terrible. And the other thing is you have upside potential. It's important, okay? Yes, we rate for upside potential. Now, here is the problem, right? Here is the problem here. The problem is with this collection, all these are modern watches, hype watches that, now I have a feeling he got into them at retail. He paid retail. He's got a relationship with his AD, in Dubai, right? He paid retail, right? He paid retail for the watches. Of course, they loaded him up with some shitters, right? They had to load this guy up with shitters because they got to make money, right? They sell him garbage like this. But that's part of the cost of doing business, right? You gotta, take in the shitters. But he bought them at retail, so he's already, he's got a built-in profit. Any of these watches he could sell today and make money. Any of the watches, if you bought them at retail. The problem is, if you buy them now, forget about the secondary market because you're going to lose money automatically. If you buy them because those premiums, the delta is going to compress. It's all going to compress, and they're all going to be selling at retail very, 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 very shortly. By the way, actually, I do like. He's got a Royal Oak cufflink, which actually is nice. I actually would like to get the Royal Oak cufflinks. I got the Nautilus cufflinks. Excuse me, no, not Nautilus. Ellipse. I have the Ellipse cufflinks, which are classic. I would like to get the Royal Oak cufflinks, but it's hard to find them at a good deal. Now, here's the problem: you get the Royal Oak cufflinks, which I believe are rose gold, and you have a concept watch, which is a steel watch, red braid. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's very tacky. It doesn't work. Sorry. It just doesn't work. If you're going to have rose gold cufflinks, yellow gold cufflinks, whatever, you got to have a watch that matches. You got put on your put on your Royal Oak tourbillon, the beautiful tourbillon, not this. What? Who am I to? Hey, that's just me. What do I know? What do I know, right? Yeah, this is what you wear it with, right? Yeah, the Royal Oak cufflinks. I think they're like $3,000 used, which is a ripoff. So yeah, this kind of looks like a cheap suit. Yeah, this guy, I think he's getting kind of like, yeah, this is bad quality tailoring. Sorry, you could tell, bad quality tailoring. And there's no excuse for it, right? This guy could buy the best, really could. Okay, rose gold, silvery dial, horrible picture, but great watch, right? So, so there's no upside potential, right? There's no real diversity. It's a lot of very, very heavy concentration in a couple of like watches. I mean, again, this is what I would do if I was this guy. I would keep the unique stuff, right? The tourbillon, like this is an amazing watch. This watch it's a classic. This one is going to retain value. This, I don't know, increase. Again, these are very, maybe this does have upside. I do believe it'll have upside in a couple of years. If you get this at retail, maybe even a little bit of a premium, this is gonna have upside. It's a classic, right? It is a timeless look. I'd get rid of all the garbage chronographs from AP, whatever, out. Get a white gold Daytona, or you got the green dial, yellow gold. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need these garbage. You don't need to have 5 chronographs, right? Again, nobody needs this 5 chronographs. Fucking garbage, right? Oof, à la poubelle. Yeah, stick with like the best of breed stuff. You got the tourbillon. You get rid of this. I think he's got a yellow gold one or rose gold. Why does, again, same, but oh, it's somebody else. That's not it. It's somebody else's watch. Okay, he's just showing you somebody else's watch. Very boring watch. The Nautilus, this dark dial, very boring. Get rid of this garbage. Get rid of this garbage. Either you get yourself a proper perpetual with subdials like the not the 3940, because that's too classic for this guy. It's a little too small. It really is. There's the new is it the 3937, whatever it is. Anyway, I would get a Nautilus, white gold Nautilus perpetual. That's it. Because he's obviously like sport watches, right? You don't, he's in Dubai, gets hot. I would just get the Nautilus perpetual in white gold. You keep maybe a Royal Oak perpetual and 1 or 2 others, and get rid of all this other garbage, right? It's all redundant stuff. Very redundant. There's no need for it. Again, you're only going to wear 1 watch at a time. And you know what? If you want to, if you want to have some class, you get some vintage, right? I mean, this guy has no vintage watches, 0 vintage. He doesn't have a Patek Perpetual calendar. That is a disgrace, right? He doesn't have a Patek Perpetual calendar. Well, how can you be a watch collector and not own a Patek Perpetual? Now, this is cool. Again, not my taste, but I appreciate, titanium. This is the, avant-garde, state-of-the-art, right? You got the very modern dial, titanium, okay. Although I do like I like the more classic Royal Oak with the tapisserie. This is actually also, again, very cool for you if you want to have a basic, Royal Oak. Yeah, listen, it's okay to have 4 or 5 Royal Oaks as long as they're all different. As long as, one is a perpetual, one could be a tourbillon, for whatever reason you need a tourbillon. One could be a dual time. A dual time. Now, the guy doesn't have a dual time. The 5056P. Okay, I got to Bobby Google this. Because I don't know that one offhand. What is this? Hang on a second. Hang on one moment. I don't know these reference numbers. I only know a few reference numbers. Only the ones I'm interested in. Everything else, I don't really. Oof. Horrible fucking watch. À la poubelle. À la poubelle is what this is. This is the watch, right? The annual calendar. Hell, it's on eBay. This is the watch, right? This is the watch. That's what he's talking about. $26 grand. Oh, it's white gold. But whatever, it's the same thing, right? Same thing. What is my problem with this watch? My problem with this watch is, this very. I remember when these came out, it was kind of an old-fashioned design. Here's the thing: old-fashioned is okay if it's of the period, if it's vintage, right? This is like this 1990s, early 2000s kind of, dated in a bad way. It's dated in a bad way. It's kind of like dated like think of a gray granite kitchen counter. You ever see these granite, gray or black granite kitchen counters or bathroom counters? Yeah, it's a very, that kind of the basic one. They're very dated. It's a very cheap look. Actually, I don't even like granite on counters because it reminds me of tombstones. Okay, so granite is for tombstones. It's not for counters. It's for broke people. Granite is for brokesters. Okay. Now, that's what this is. This is the granite counter of Patek Philippe. What don't I like about it? Okay, you get the Roman numerals, which they're not well done. Okay, I like beautifully done Roman numerals, which is, there we go. The Baron is right. It's not balanced. The Baron is right. The Baron red knows exactly what's going on. This watch is, it's a mess. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. It's like this watch looks like a cheap prostitute with like a streetwalker, a street hooker, not even a high class. We're talking about a street hooker basically. She's got like a red wig and like crazy shoes and with I don't know, whatever. You guys get the picture, right? It's what Archie Luxury would pick up in Bangers, right? That's what this watch is. So here's what the problem. You got a mixture of multiple styles. It's a mixture. It's a hot mess. You got the Roman numerals, then you got the sub-dials, which are sans serif fonts, which are actually not bad. But these are not, the fonts here are not bad. They're actually not bad. They're actually decent. They're decent. Some of the fonts Patek uses are horrible. And then they got the date window, white on black, I guess for contrast. They should have done it, black, white on black, but whatever. And you got the time, the 24-hour thing. It's just a hot mess, right? And the hands are like, what is it called? It's called the sword hands or whatever. The hands are terrible. I mean, look, the best watch, frankly, is the 3940. The Patek Perpetual. Yeah, there you go. That's what this is. The black granite countertop. Yeah. So it's a terrible watch, and you're not going to make money with this watch. They're going to they're basically dead money, because nobody buys these watches. I mean, like who's going to buy this watch? Right? Think about it. Who's buying this watch? People who can't afford a perpetual calendar. So it's guys like Archie Luxury. He loves this watch. Again, guys with no taste, in yellow gold. He's got that watch, and the font used for the sub-dials is terrible. I like the font for the sub-dials. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's decent. It's decent. Is it too big? It's a little bit. It's a little bit big, but you know what? Listen, when you get a little bit older, it helps to see bigger font. I don't have a problem with it, but the problem is the Roman numerals are too small. It's all like, again, you got the Roman numerals are too small. You got the sub-dial things are too big. It's all like a mess, right? By the way, you know what's interesting? I'll tell you something interesting. Archie Luxury, right? He had one of these in yellow gold that he sold. I think he bought and sold. I mean, again, it's a garbage watch. I'll tell you how much of a garbage watch it is, because that watch actually has a horrible provenance. Unlike his World Time, the Sex Tourist watch that he has, which probably came from a robbery. It's a naked Patek. with no box papers, machete chip on the crystal. And again, all his watches they're all compromises. Compromises have been made. Compromises were made. Now, let me tell you something, guys. If you don't want to make compromises, you got to go to the Watch Reporter website. You got to go to watchreporter.com, get our free newsletter, go to the Watch Reporter website, and you won't be making compromise. You will know how to build a great collection, right? So the Archie thing is now his watch of this, the yellow gold one, he actually did. I remember he did a video years back. He did a video of he got the archives or whatever, the original, not the archives, the original what is the warranty card, and it had the name. It had the name of the original owner. Guess what? And he actually Googled it. He pulled it up and said, "Oh yeah, this guy was a." He Googled the guy, and the guy actually, I think he did some time for securities fraud. Now, coincidentally, I knew the guy. I didn't know him well. I met him like half a dozen times. I never did business with the guy, but I remember this guy from the '90s. I remember this guy. It was funny, and that guy that was his watch. This guy was a stockbroker in New York. What was it called? Who did he work for? It was called shit. It'll come to me. Anyway. These guys basically what they did was they sold penny stocks to very rich people in the UK, in London. They did this private placements, penny stocks, and it was a lot of fugazi stuff. Now, what these guys were very clever is that they had a couple of congressmen on the table, like literally. Like I remember I went to the guy's office a couple times, and I was meeting the guy who ran the firm, and he always had these congressmen, senators in his office. Like I don't know what he was bribing these guys. I don't know what he was doing with them, but anyway. So this guy, the funny thing is the guy who owned Archie's watch. The first couple times I met him, he was a big fat guy. I mean, he was huge. He was bigger than Archie, but short. He was probably about 5'8", like 400 pounds or 300 pounds. And I then come like a year later, I didn't recognize the guy. Like he had to tell me his name. Like I didn't recognize him. The guy lost 300 pounds or something. The guy was like skinnier. I don't want to say I'm not skinny. I'm a normal measurement. I'm like a normal I'm like a normal proportion, whatever, right? Like let me move back, right? Like I'm a normal proportion, right? This guy was like thin. I mean, like he was almost it was crazy, right? I don't know how he lost the weight, but that was the guy who owned Archie's watch. Oh, look at this. We got a super chat. ARS. Now, what is that? What is ARS 20? Now, this is not $20. This is probably that's funny. What is ARS? What kind of currency is that? That is probably some sort of bullshit. Like it's probably some Pakistani, this is probably like 2 cents. Somebody Google this. What is ARS? What is ARS? That's great. I love that. That's right. We're going to do what the Democrats are doing with Trump. Convicted felon, Donald Trump, convicted felon. So Archie Luxury, no box, no papers, machete chip. The other watch, bad provenance from a guy who was a convicted. Actually, that guy was a convicted felon. He went to prison for securities fraud, like legitimate. I mean, not anything crazy, but basic securities fraud. I don't know. Sticky buttons. Oh, we got the Baron. The Baron is here. Baron, welcome on board.
Hey.
Hey.
So I had to hop on just because it's yeah. Oh man. Yeah, every time you mention Archie's World Time, you have to say no box, no papers with a machete chip. Just like Juan from Opus of Time. He's got like a name for everybody.
Yeah, that's his name. That's the name. That's Archie. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Whenever we say Archie, it's Archie, no box, no papers, machete chip, luxury. That's his name. Yeah, no, guy with the horns, with the horns in his head.
That's right. Archie with the World Time, no box, no papers, and the machete chip.
Yeah, the world, no box, no sex tourist watch, no box, no papers. So what do you think of this watch, Baron? This is what would you be embarrassed to wear something like this?
I wouldn't say I'd be embarrassed to wear it, but it's not like an aesthetically looking watch. It's because it's all right. My main issue with this is all right. I don't have an issue with the hands. I think they're like leaf hands because I think sword
Yeah.
hands might be
Oh,
slightly
yeah. I call it
different.
sword hands. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. They're leaf hands, right? Leaf hands.
Yeah, but I actually no, I like the leaf hands. That's
Yeah.
not my issue with it.
You have
My
weird taste.
issue,
You have weird taste.
yeah,
You got the breguet. You got the.
yeah,
You're the only guy who wears a breguet that doesn't look like a breguet. You know the porcelain dial. You got. I mean, but you go from one extreme to the other. You got the breguet that doesn't look like a breguet, and then you get the Russian oligarch breguet. It's just white gold, rubber strap. So you got very strange taste. I mean, it's not a normal
yeah.
taste. So that.
I've actually been wearing the that white gold breguet like a lot. So it's
that's a great watch.
Yeah, it's like my favorite watch right now.
I actually saw one. I think I told you I saw one at an A. I hate to use the word AD. I saw one at a deal. In yellow gold. And again, the dial. When you look at the dial in pictures, you got that little design, the etched whatever waves, whatever. It doesn't really look good in pictures, but when you see it in person, you get it. Like I see, it's like it's a. But I do find it a bit of a flashy watch. I mean, it's like it is a little bit like it's not it's something that gets attention. This is not like a low key under the radar watch. This is like it looks, but because you have it in the white metal. It kind of nobody really knows what it is for sure. I mean, the people who know breguet, they will know. But like the average peasant, homeless guy in Portland, where you are, the average member of Antifa or the barista at your coffee, whatever, they're not going to know this stuff. So you can get away with it, and you're not going to get like what do you call it, lynched for being a capitalist in Portland. But no, it's actually a cool watch. It's a cool watch, and again, the price is good. What'd you pay, like 16 grand or something?
Yeah. I paid. I think it was like 15.6.
Yeah. No, it's 15 grand is a good deal. I mean, it's a lot of watch for the money. It really is.
Yeah. It's.
By the way, what's ARS? What does that mean? What is ARS?
Oh, I looked it up. It's Argentinian. He gave you like okay, so
this guy. Fuck him where he breathes. Fuck you where you breathe.
It's like 2.2 cents. Okay, but you also have to keep in mind. I think in Argentina, aren't they like undergoing some sort of like?
Yeah, it could be
like
going up in value.
On the brink of collapse. No, yeah, they're like the economy's on the brink of collapse. You can only take out like $20 a day or something like that from the ATMs.
No, I think they're turning around. Actually, no, I think they're actually doing well. I think they're doing a turnaround. Let me see this Patek 5035. Let me Bobby Google this. Let's see Patek 5035. What is that?
Just to get back to the Patek on the screen right now. So I think
it's the same watch.
The issue I think with this watch, like the way they could fix it is, all right, they have to redo the Roman numerals, and in the subdials, the font it's bigger than the Roman numerals, which I don't know. That also throws off the balance of the watch.
No, the whole watch is basically it's a compromise. Like literally, it's a compromise watch. Like they made a lot of compromises in trying to fit in the subdials and you got the you know what it is. Look, I know in graphic design, when you do graphic design, you can only really use on a document like 2 different fonts. You can't mix it up with 5. You can only use 2 different fonts. Otherwise, it looks like a mess. Here, they're using like 5 different design elements. You got the Roman numerals, you got the sans serif, you got the Patek logo, you got the date wheel, then you got those leaf hands, you got the seconds, which I hate. I hate a second hand because it's just, who needs a second hand? I mean, that's like, redundant. Like it messes up the dot. It's not elegant. The watch is not elegant. Here's the thing. This is the problem. I'm going to summarize it because this cuts right to the chase. Patek Philippe is all about elegance, and there is nothing elegant about this watch. It's too much of a hot mess because you got these mixed, all these different mixed. And listen, all you got to know, everything you need to know is that Archie Luxury owned this watch. Archie Luxury has horrible taste. And, without Roman, 5035 without Romans? Did they make that? Oh, you know what's actually interesting? I'll tell you what could be an interesting watch. You know, for this guy, because this guy's into weird stuff. I'll tell you what's actually a good watch, which is the Patek Neptune. What is it? The Neptune. Actually, I'm not joking. This watch, the Neptune, right? It's a steel watch, right? Steel bracelet, integrated. You got your moon phase. You got a moon phase calendar, power reserve. You got seconds. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of an ugly watch, and but it's so ugly, it's so out of it that if you can get this at the right price, it actually could be a good deal. If you get this for like 15 grand, and I think these did go to like 15 grand. At 15 grand, it's actually could be interesting. This is like a 5712. This is not worth 28 grand though. So
no, definitely not. Yeah. Oh, could you hit the back button real quick? Just to go back to the previous screen.
Oh, shit. Which one? Oh, this one here?
Yeah. No. Oh, one more.
Oh, you're talking about the with the back to the before. With when he was yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on the right, that Patek, it just by glancing at it, if you take a quick glance, you don't look at the branding on it. Like if you told me that was a Blancpain, I'd be like, yeah, it could be a Blancpain. Right, because it's got that aesthetic to it.
You're right. It really does. Now, I think Blancpain, I don't know who copied who. Is Jonathan Quayle Higgins here? Though he's not showing up on our thing. Is he here? Jonathan Quayle Higgins the third? Adolf Hitler's grandson. That's Hitler's grandson, Higgins. Celebrity. He's got celebrity provenance. So, I would avoid. Look, I think when it comes to Patek, and I had this conversation with the Kesslowitz the other day, which is, he was like, well, you got to, if you spend 30, I don't know, you said like 30 grand or whatever. Listen, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a great watch in the Patek. They have a lot of, here's the thing with Patek, they put out a lot of different stuff over the course of time, right? You got the travel time that you can get for like 20 grand. You can get below that. You can go, well, you're not going to get complications, but you're going to get, whatever. You get vintage stuff. It's a lot of deals. There's a lot of deals out there. You go with Audemars Piguet. Get because listen, this watch is basically what? It's an annual calendar. Or why not just get a, date moon phase, Audemars Piguet, for, 8 grand. Right, and that's a real watch. Vacheron, those are 8 grand. Why would somebody want to buy this? It's a compromise for somebody who can't buy the 3940. That's what this really is, because the Perpetual was really that was their thing. So this is really, it's a horrible watch in every single way. There's nothing good about this watch, and who's buying these watches? It's an old look. The look it's like an old man look. It really is.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like vintage watches. I like vintage stuff from the 60s. But it was modern. The stuff I like is modern looking. It's, it's got that space age modernist look. This here is just an old-fashioned, it's kind of like that thing where people buy that cheap reproduction, French furniture. That's what this is. This is like a guy who buys, reproduction, Louis the 15th, whatever the fuck it is, furniture, 19th century reproduction of 19th century furniture. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. I think I made my point, right?
Yeah. Oh, and just real quick,
Perpetual fees. Are you gonna send a super chat or what? I mean, we're not here to give free advice here. You gotta give at least some Argentinian whatever. Argentinian. You got Argentinian pesos or whatever. We don't do shit for free on this channel. We give you maybe one or two things, and you're not even an aristocrat. The Baron, he's an aristocrat. You see that little logo next to? He's an aristocrat. He's a Baron. You're not even a member of the channel. So you got to either be a member of the channel or you got a super chat. We gave you two things. We're not, you want free advice, go to the the Archie Luxury channel or something. You want free bad advice, which is gonna make you lose money. You go to Archie, or you go to the Watch Colony, or you go to one of these other peasant channels. The Tim Wright channel, the I don't know whoever's out there. I don't know did I mention all of them, Baron? Have I mentioned all the peasant channels?
Would you include Watch Nicholas in there?
Watch Nicholas is also in there. Watch Nicholas but he doesn't really give it. What does he do? He does. He's like a drama channel. No, Watch Docs Report or Watch. Those guys they're really drama channels. They're not. Oh, there we go. We got a member. Oh shit! Did he join for 5 cents? Did he just find a way to arbitrage? Oh, shit.
That's so good. That's so good.
No way. Yeah. There's no way he could have arbitraged. No. Would they let you?
No, you what? Okay. If he did that, if he really did that, if it really was arbitrage, you have to elevate his status because he's like the king of grifters now.
Wow. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check the receipts. How much came in tomorrow because they give you the accounting. But that's yeah. But listen, we gotta welcome him. We got a new Baron. We got a newly minted aristocrat. That's right. Welcome everybody to GD from Argentina. That's right, Argentina. They have very good steaks. Actually, there's a lot of good watches in South America, vintage watches. A lot of good vintage watches because in the 50s and 60s, their economies were still doing very well, and they have. Look, the South Americans, the Argentinians, they're more because the Argentinians, which again, all the Latin Americans, they hate Argentina because they consider themselves more European because they got a lot of Italians, Germans, whatever there, and
you also you can't forget
French. And the Nazis, right? All the Nazis.
Yeah. I was going to mention that. Yeah. In the 40s, that's where they escaped to.
No, exactly right. So basically, but here's the thing also. South America, Argentina, Venezuela, Brazil, these were booming economies at the turn of the century, the 1890s, early 1900s. They were booming. They were the wealthiest countries on the planet. I mean, really, Brazil was a massive buyer of Patek Philippe. The Gondolo, that was the store, right? And then, they started dabbling with socialism. They went downhill, basically, right? But it was a slow slide, right? In the 50s, 60s, they still had a lot of wealthy people. Of course, then you had all the Nazis who moved there, who escaped there in the 40s, right? They went to Paraguay, Argentina, all those places. So they brought with them, watches that they basically stole from the Jews, right? Well, they didn't have. I think in the 30s. So it would have been watches from the 30s. There weren't really a lot of watches from the 30s, right? It wasn't a big thing. But in the 50s and 60s, right, you did have a lot of serious watches from Patek, AP, Rolex, going to South America because again, it's these third world countries. You either have very wealthy people, it's like a kleptocracy, right? You either have the very wealthy, and then you have the poor. So the very wealthy, they got money to burn, right? So there's some amazing watches down there, and maybe GD is he. I don't know if he lives in Argentina. I don't know if this is. We got to find out. We got to get to the bottom of this. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, Watch Dickless. That's that. I love that name, Watch Dickless. The docs, the good guy, the good guy. I love these self-proclaimed. These self-proclaimed. What do you call it? these guys who are here to expose all the evildoers. All the actually this guy Docs actually is kind of he's actually interesting. He's actually he's citizen journalism. He's actually the only legitimate citizen journalist in the watch community. He's actually pretty much on the money. Whereas, this guy Watch Nicholas is basically a 2-bit grifter. I mean, this guy is basically he's basically there just to get super chats. He talk about drama, just companies. I mean, that's how he makes his living by being an e-beggar. Okay, there we go. We got $1.99. This is like the lowest entry level. Okay, but we got to honor it. Actually, Baron, what do you think? What's the best? Okay, so this question was best Patek perpetual larger than 36 mm. Baron, you got a answer for that? How much larger though does it be?
I mean, the newer ones are what, like 38?
Yeah, no, actually, okay, so they made, okay, no, so let me do this. Let me go to, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to Chrono just to pull up, low to high. What do you get? What do you get for your money? Patek Perpetual, low to high. So, the best one to get, I think there's value in, I think there's value, actually, believe it or not, in this, which is white gold, right? It's a slightly bigger. You got the hobnail, which, some people say, oh, it's old. It's a classic look for Patek. Hobnail. I don't have a problem. I know some guys don't like it, but whatever. Now this watch is, I think, 38. It's 38 millimeter. 38 millimeter, it's very legible because of the white on black, which I think is a classic look. So 38 millimeter, and it's going to wear bigger because of the lugs. So it's going to wear bigger. And the hobnail actually looks really good because it reflects the light. And I think it's a fine element. I don't know, Baron, what do you think? I know you're very particular about your design.
Yeah, I don't like the hobnails just because it's like, I don't know, it just looks dated. The hobnail design itself. And I'm not sure what the situation is with polishing on the hobnail. So I don't know if it's possible to do polishing.
No, you're done. No, you're done. The hobnail, that's it. You're done. The hobnail means you're, okay. Now, you got this, which is the 5140. Which is 38 millimeter. Actually, was this 30? No, it's 37 and a half. So where's a little bit bigger than the classic one. This is rose gold with a chocolate dial, which, by the way, I love this dial. I love it. I think it's a great watch. 38 grand. I think it's a good deal. Okay. Here's another one. 5140. No, this one, I don't like this. This one is not that nice. Okay, so this is going to be, oh, this is weird. This is bizarre. Wow, I don't even know what's going on with this. Okay, so this is a 3940, but on an integrated bracelet. That might be, and I think this is a Patek bracelet. 87. No, this is gonna be too weird because those bracelets have issues, with measure. Okay. What about, what's funky? What do you think of this?
I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not sure. No, I don't like it. I'd pass on this. Can we go back to the?
I like that the Roman numeral. These are real Roman numerals, right? These look like legitimate. The hands, I'm not crazy about, whatever, but I'm not completely against it. Hold on, we got another super chat, heavy hitter here, big time, 50 Argentinian, whatever that is. support the dock support, and the cult of Del Boca Vista. Push the water. Push. What does he say? Keep spiritually centered. That's right. Exercise. Push. What is it? He's got something. Keep spiritually centered. Everyday millionaire. And what else? What else? What's his whole thing? He's very neat, right? Very neat and tidy. He's got everything organized. I gotta respect the guy. Everything is very organized. He's conscientious, right? He was basically discipline. That's his other thing. Discipline. He basically worked like a normal job, whatever it is. Put money away. I think mostly in index funds, right? Which is the smart thing to do. Index funds, right? No fee, low fee, whatever. And 30 years later, the guy's he's not a leech on the system. So he's collecting retirement, and he's getting I think he calls himself an everyday millionaire. He's probably worth, I think he said $1 million or $2 million, whatever it is, whatever that is, right? Which is good, right? The guy's you gotta respect the guy, right? He's performed services for humanity. So I'm all for it, right? He's of service to humanity, unlike leeches and degenerates who are basically just grifters for super chat money, like whether it's Watch Nicholas, Artem Pizdets, this Watch Nicholas, other guys, right? They're just grifters for super chat money. The Docs is like a legitimate guy. So back to the 3940. Excuse me, back to the perpetuals. Okay, going back. What do you want to see?
Okay, on the right, on the far right,
cushion.
The square dial. Yeah.
These are kind of interesting, actually. I don't like the Breguet. That's the thing. I'm not into the Breguet numerals. So they do one of these in a black dial, which looks great. I just don't like the. So again, they're using how many different fonts are they using? They got. Oh, this is a horrible picture. Okay. No, this is right up your alley. This is you. Breguet numerals. The fonts, I don't know. If I would get this watch, if you really have to do it, you got to get it with a black dial. They do one in a black dial, which is decent looking. Okay, we got a 38 millimeter. Oh shit, another one of the. The hobnails are really cheap. I think they're not bad. They're actually you're getting value for money. Let's see. There we go. Again, there we go. So the black dial looks much better, no?
Yeah. That the dial really pops in black. Just
they get
I guess the higher contrast.
They got a different font on the. Okay, so at least it's all sans serif fonts. On all the stuff. So it's to me it looks a little more, cohesive. But the case, it's all like, I don't know. It's all like, it's a mess. It's still a mess. Like, again, this is another hot mess. What's going on over here? You got these Roman numerals. You got some guilloche in the middle with you got the leap year. It's a mess. I mean, I don't know. You got the stupid crown that looks like very fussy. Again, this is actually a beautiful watch. Rose gold, this kind of bronze, chocolate, whatever. I think it's okay. Yeah, look at this. Nobody wants them, huh? Look how good it looks. What do they call this? They call this rose gold, and what do they call this? Is it chocolate? I think this is the great looking watch. I would buy this actually. if I needed like a third perpetual or something. I don't know. I didn't know. It really is nice. This is like a really, and these are actually, these are, I think they're kind of undervalued for where they are right now. I really do. Yeah, I mean, the chocolates, what a great look. I don't know. I think people don't like it. Do you think this looks old? Do you think that, because people think of, brown, they think it looks old. What do you think, Baron? Is brown for old people?
Are you talking about okay, what color is the dial? Because it looks kind of greenish to me.
No, it's brown. It's a chocolate.
Oh.
It's a sunburst. It's a brown sunburst.
I don't know. It might be coming back. And I only say that just because that shade, well, I guess, in that photo on my phone right now, it's got like this kind of greenish tint to it. And I don't know, like green's the hot new color right now. So we'll see if it sticks around.
I don't know if it has a green. I'm a little bit colorblind. So I don't know if it has a green, but no, it's chocolate, right? It's definitely chocolate. That's the official name of the color, right? So, but again, I have that Rolex, the Yachtmaster with the chocolate.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like that dial because what happens is you get, when you have these colored dials, during the day, depending on what's the light that's hitting it, you're going to get different. You're going to get different looks. You're really going to get different looks of the watch. It's going to change. It's going to be constantly changing because the way the light hits it, it's constantly going to change. So, unlike, hang on. So what happened here? Unlike a white dial, yeah. By the way, Baron, we have the new Watch Reporter marketplace opening up, and we're going to have this AP Royal Oak dual time available. You get JLC movement, the subdial, solid yellow gold, 36 millimeter. So it wears. I mean, it's the classic size, 36 mm. It wears like a 38, right? Hang on a second. We'll share this. What do you think of this amazing watch? Right? Just say good things. Say yes, absolutely. The punters should be buying this. And the price is right. The price is going to be under 38 grand. By the way, look at the silvery white dial. I don't know if you can see. Oh, we're doing a comparison between the JLC. Actually, I'm wearing that on the wrist right now. This is the dual time, same movement basically. But you see, this is very plain. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the play of the silvery white. You see the way it reflects the light.
I don't think it's coming up on the screen right now.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Did I not? Oh, what was it doing? Oh my god! I can't believe that. There we go. There we go. You see that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The watch looks to be in great condition.
Oh, it's stunning. There's like, I mean, this is a 2004, great condition. There's, there might be a few minor scratches. Of course, there's going to be somewhere or whatever. But it's amazing condition, no stretch. And by the way, it does come with some extra links. Yeah,
that's important.
And
box papers.
No, watch only, as they say. Watch only. By the way, I should say this came from actually a very highly reputed dealer in Florida. Okay, highly. This is like a guy who does vintage. This is not his main thing. Not Eric Wind, but a guy in that level, but higher level. So this is, and we have from AP, we have what do you call it? We got the instructions. We get the instructions, and you could order the archives for $600. By the way, did you know? I actually didn't know this. The AP archives, they only give you a PDF that's not printable. You can't print their PDF archives for $600. It's like an NFT.
Oh, that's I don't know if that's good or bad. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't know why they would do that. They claim, oh, it's for the environment. We don't want people to print. Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's because I don't know. Why would they do that?
Oh, I wonder if it's a security thing. Because that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, maybe they can track it with like a pixel or something. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. But listen, this watch is going to be, again, this is going to be available in the Watch Reporter Marketplace in about 2 weeks when the site goes live officially. For now, we just have news and articles. By the way, have you checked out the Watch Reporter website, Baron?
Oh, you got a website now? Because I thought it was just the newsletter. So all right, let's plug the website.
No. We're a multimedia company. Watch Reporter is a multimedia, omnimedia, not multi, omnimedia. Hang on a second. Let me show you this. No, and what we have there is actually quite amazing. Actually, it's right up your alley. There's a lot of deep dive articles. We aggregate a lot of content. Here we go. So this is the site. Now, some of the stuff looks a little bit like you may have seen these videos, right? But okay, but here we go. There's this stuff about Patek Philippe, enamel dials, everything you want to know about enamel dials, vintage watches, tropical dials, right? We got a whole articles which are linked from here. Enamel dials, links to big articles. Vintage Rolex buyer's guide, comprehensive buyer's guide. When you click this link from Philippe Stahl, you're going to get his complete article. So in one place, we aggregate all this incredible information, right? Gerald Genta, vintage, again, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of valuable stuff that you do not get on our website. This is like a deep dive stuff, and we're going to be adding and more expanding in here. So again, it breaks down to, again, we got the stuff, auction reviews, watch reviews, collection reviews, interviews. Not the knowledge thing is the main. This is where we have a lot of these deep dive articles on stuff, right? Cartier crash, everything you want to know about the history, the complete buyer's guide to double signed dials, Tiffany dials, different retailer dials, stone dials. So yeah, we link to all these. It's sort of like a Google. We're like a Google for a very serious, for the watch collectors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you put the link to the website in the chat?
In the chat? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. What? There we go. It's out there. It's out there. But we got a big super chat, 50 Argentinian. It's not about how much you drink, but how much you urinate from Doc's report. Words of wisdom. That's right. Listen, every penny counts. Every penny counts. Keep spiritually centered, discipline, and what else? Yeah. All right. That wraps it up. Okay, Baron, you have anything that you want to add? Any final thoughts, comments?
This is only slightly related, but there's new updates on the Sylvester Stallone Grandmaster Chime auction. There's been comments from Patek Philippe saying that they're very unhappy that he flipped his watch.
Oh, so was there an official comment?
They did an interview. Well, let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
With Philippe Stern?
Yes.
Oh. What did he say? What did Philippe say?
Okay, so if you just Google Stallone Patek, it's the first article that comes up. There's a Yahoo article.
Okay, so okay. Oh yeah, Yahoo article. Here we go. Okay, there we go. News. We're doing news business. That's right. We got news business today. Can you see that on the screen? Wait.
No.
We got
yes.
We got news. This site is all about the news business. Let's take a look. We have, yeah, not happy. Of course. Remember, we talked about this. They're not happy. Actually, where have you been? You've been MIA. You've been MIA for the last couple of auction reviews.
You've been doing these things during like the morning hours.
No, at night. No, I do it. No, it's all at night. It's all at night. But no, I think we covered this, and then basically I said, look, the guy never even took it out of the plastic. That's right, sealed. Okay, so what did he say? Where's the quote? Oh, there we go. Okay. With 20 complications and requiring a reported 100,000 hours of work to create. Now, I don't know. Do you believe that it took 100,000 hours to make this watch? Maybe in total for the whole, for all of them, like in terms of like to design it, not this particular watch. I mean, this watch might have taken, I don't know, how long do you think it takes? A couple months to do this?
Yeah, so I mean, they probably have like an army of people doing this. Like they got some guy like polishing the hands, So I think in total, yeah, I could see that. And also including the design.
They got the factory in Fujian province. I mean, in Shanghai. I mean, they got the little kids. Then they got like one guy in Switzerland who basically just looks at it when it's shipped over. No, I mean, okay. So here's what Thierry Stern says. Told Watch Pro, it's not fair for a client that may have been waiting for the piece for many years and then sees it being sold. Stallone's choice to keep the watch in his packaging can be seen as classic flipper behavior. That's what we said. Again, especially for a minute repeater. A minute repeater, the whole point is you want to hear it. So this guy never heard the watch because it was kept in the plastic. Stallone never broke the seal. As an experienced collector, he clearly understood the value of an unbroken pouch. There we go. It's a virginal. It's got the hymen is intact. We visited with Stallone's watch at Sotheby's, and it was nearly impossible to. There we go. It was nearly impossible to appreciate the Grandmaster chime through the plastic packaging, let alone to see and hear it perform its special magic, which is the sound. It seemed as if the packaging was the bigger story than. See, this is disgusting. I think it's disgusting. Okay. He says Patek Philippe's retail partners have also come under fire for the suspicion that Hollywood celebrities receive preferential access to the hottest watches. Stern wasn't definitive about whether Stallone was cut off from retail purchases or not, but it seems Rocky may have dealt himself a hard blow in the fight for hot body blow.
I think he's cut off. I mean, he might not be cut off from just the regular stuff, but anything you have to like apply for, he's cut off. It's going to look really bad because if he flips another piece,
absolutely.
It's going to look so bad.
No, he's not. No, he's never going to get. I mean, no. He's no, for sure. Let me see if we can hear the sound of the. There we go. Just for the punters, we're going to play the sound of the Grandmaster chime, which Sylvester Stallone did not get to hear. Hang on a second. We're going to pull it up on the screen. Theater mode. Share this tab. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for this? Here is what Sylvester Stallone did not hear. Okay, silence, please.
Only the touch of a button at the center of the crown. The combination of grand and petite sonnerie and minute repetition has always been considered the ultimate striking complication in watchmaking until now. In watchmaking has been considered the ultimate.
I love that. I love that.
Grand and petite sonnerie and minute repetition has always been considered the ultimate striking complication in watchmaking until now.
Oh, I think I just had an orgasm from that sound. I mean, when he does that double, like,
yeah,
that's pretty good, no?
Yeah, that was.
Can you imagine that this Stallone, this Bukiak, he didn't even get to hear that? That's like ridiculous. It's like, I mean, he's married to a hot, his wife was Jennifer Flavin. She was hot when she was in her 20s. When he was first dating her, this is back in the 90s. she was hot. I mean, she's still not bad. I mean, she's like basically, you know, I don't know, she's like 60 now. But I mean, she was hot. Imagine this. Imagine you marry Jennifer Flavin at 20, right? And then you never have sex with her because you just want to look at her. You want to appreciate her as is. You never have her do any cleaning, any cooking. You never have her do the laundry and iron your shirts. I mean, what's the point of being married then, right? If you're not, you know, getting all the benefits.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Just to show it off. Hey, check out my wife. I mean, what's the point? That's exactly what this is. When you have this watch and you don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's even worse because it's like, how is he going to even show it off? What, he's going to like invite people over to his house? He'd be like, oh, look at this watch that I have, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a peasant move. He invites him over. He says, "Hey, it's in the plastic. Check it out. Hey, yo, Adrian, this one, it's worth like I could probably flip this for $5 million because it's in the plastic over here. It's over here." Yeah, I mean, he actually, you know, his watch. He actually went the one watch actually that I think was a very good deal, and he was the rose gold date, the Rolex, the olive green dial. It went for 90 grand. It's got his thing in the back. I mean, that was maybe been a little bit high, but that's at least, you know, you're getting a useful watch. It says Sly on the back. You know, there's your story.
Yeah. Oh, Colonel, I just thought of something. Do you have the gong where you're at right now?
Well, yeah, I do have the gong.
All right. So I guess in honor of the arbitrage king that just joined, could you ring the gong for him once?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you start reading off the super chats, and whilst I ring the gong, okay? Because it's gonna sound.
All right, great. All right, GD with a 50 currency super chat in support of the Docs Report and the cult of push the water, exercise, keep spiritually centered. All right, we did that for you, GD, the arbitrage king.
All right, there we go. All right, thank you, Baron. Thank you to all the aristocrats and the new members. Sorry, we have 2 new members. Actually, no, we have 1. I think we have GD from Argentina, and we have. What do we have? We have the Patek man here. Perpetual feeds, $1.99 super chat. Now, by the way, we will have. I think we will have a Patek Perpetual in the watch marketplace, the Watch Reporter marketplace. We will have a Patek Perpetual soon. You know, probably in the 5740 range. Not 5740. That whatever the one after the 30. You know, the one we were just showing, that rose gold. In that from that era, not the rose gold, but we're going to have one soon from a trusted source, from one of our trusted dealers in the network. So so stay tuned. That will soon be available. And again, thank you. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.